In a striking critique broadcast today by Channels Television, former presidential candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso accused the Tinubu administration of neglecting northern Nigeria in its development agenda. He pointed to decrepit northern roads and an apparent concentration of federal infrastructure in the south, particularly Lagos and the coastal corridor. While his remarks are not entirely new, the timing, tone, and national attention they have drawn reignite an uncomfortable but necessary conversation about regional equity, governance, and national unity. Kwankwaso's criticism taps into long-standing grievances across northern Nigeria, feelings of marginalization that go beyond politics into real-world disparities in infrastructure, education, and economic opportunity. When a former governor and national figure laments a hellish road journey from Abuja to Kano due to poor federal investment, it resonates with millions of northerners who feel left behind. Such statements cannot be brushed off as mere political grandstanding. They strike at the heart of nation building. Our breakdown of infrastructure projects reveals that Kwankwaso's concerns, while politically charged, are not entirely unfounded. Southern Nigeria is host to some of the most capital-intensive projects in the country: the $11 billion Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, massive urban transit in Lagos and Ogun, and deep seaport expansions in Cross River. Meanwhile, northern Nigeria's flagship projects, though significant, like the Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria, Kano Road and the AKK gas pipeline, are spread thinner and often delayed or underfunded. This unevenness is particularly visible in the rail sector. The 2025 budget allocates substantial funding to Lagos and Ogun for metro expansion but leaves the southeast and south-south with zero allocation for rail. While northern states like Kano and Kaduna benefit from standard gauge railway projects and cross-border links like the Maradi-Kano Rail, critics argue these do not match the scale or visibility of southern infrastructure investments. The implications of this perceived imbalance are serious. When regions feel systematically excluded from national development, it breeds resentment, undermines trust in federal institutions, and threatens the fragile fabric of our unity. Kwankwaso's comments, if not engaged with constructively, could further inflame regional tensions and deepen the north-south divide. Nation building requires more than electoral victories. It demands a consistent and equitable spread of national resources and opportunities. To be fair, the Tinubu government has invested in northern infrastructure, Kano Metro, the Northwest Development Commission, and the AKK pipeline are no small feats. But perception often carries more weight than policy. If northerners feel ignored while the south is visibly transformed, it could become a major fault line in the 2027 elections and beyond. The government must not only act fairly, it must be seen to do so. Leaders like Kwankwaso wield significant influence and should be engaged in bridging regional divides, not widening them. Yet, his criticism should not be dismissed. They reflect real anxieties, and if addressed openly, could lead to more balanced policies. The federal government has an opportunity and responsibility to respond transparently, release regional project data, and ensure equitable rollout of development plans across all geopolitical zones. As citizens, we must go beyond tribal and regional reflexes and ask ourselves harder questions. Is development being distributed fairly? Are our leaders being held accountable across regions? What role can civil society and media play in amplifying underrepresented voices without fueling division? These are questions worth exploring not just in political circles, but in our communities and digital platforms. If you found this analysis valuable, we invite you to watch the full video on Channels Television's YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. We want to hear your thoughts on whether Kwankwaso's concerns are justified and how Nigeria can move toward a more inclusive development path. Your voice matters in this national dialogue. And while you're at it, follow us on Facebook for continuous updates, video highlights, and exclusive policy breakdowns that shape our future. Let's build this nation together, boldly, fairly, and truthfully.